welcome to the inspirational guide for Plant Power.
Okay.
Could you introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Jacques Brennan. I'm the founder and the owner of Hungry Soul Limited. So we are a plant-based food manufacturing company. That's what we are. What else would you could ask me questions, or
Yes. Could you tell me just the activities that your business does? What kind of product and the activities?
okay, so we created Hungry Soul. It was the culmination. I became vegan, and subsequently I changed my life to a different area. And the first thing I did is I wrote a book called Hungry Soul Cookbook to help people cook plant-based food or vegan. And after that, I searched for a new direction in my life, and I was told there was only two things I did: was to work on my old company, which was a wood-based company, wood products based, and I was cooking all the time. So I veered towards food, and being vegan, things I found difficult to find were cheese. So I started experimenting, making plant-based cheeses, and my initial aim was to make a hard cheese, a manchego from Barcelona. Uh, and I'd started making different cheeses at home, all types of cheeses. And while I was making them, I made cream cheese. And actually, my wife was the one who said, "Why don't you launch the cream cheese? Because it works." And it's a relatively quick process. And that's how we started. And it's not an easy process, a lot harder than I thought. Not so much the making. The making can be easy enough, but um, the other rest of the process. But anyways, we'll talk about that.
Yeah. Do you feel that your motives changed over time since you started?
Um, I think so. I was thinking about that because of the questions you gave me, and I said, "Did I?" And I said, "Yeah." Probably the very original one was, well, it was always to make us to make food that I cannot buy vegan. So I started by baking soda bread, which is an Irish bread, which is risen with soda, bicarbonate soda. But it's the agent that rises the soda is actually a fermented milk, which is buttermilk that they use here in Ireland. And I just changed it. I just used the vinegar, apple cider vinegar, to use it. And subsequently, now we're using Hungry Soul type of milk. Just we make it from our cheese. So we similar type of thing. Well, I don't know if it'll ever go off into the world, but that's what we did. And then we started making pate for various reasons to have pate that you cannot eat, and that was good for a while. But then I looked at the cheese, and that was really what was missing, because bread, you can get vegan bread, not this one, but you can get all kinds of vegan bread. And pate, I didn't eat so much. It's okay, but afterwards, as I was getting into it and growing the business, we started looking at why we're doing this, why I'm doing this. And it's really the why that has changed. So before, I was making it as a substitute for other products that are not vegan. But then afterwards, I realized that we're trying to change things. And it's much more important why we're doing it than actually the product. So we're actually, Hungry Soul's main aim is to try to help people to change completely. I'll tell you, there's a quote by a man named Buckminster Fuller. I don't know if you're aware of him. He's an American thinker. He's dead now. He's the one who created the hexagon dome that you see throughout the world. You see these big domes in different places around the world.
Mhm.
He designed these things. And he said, if you want to change a system, you cannot fight the system. Instead, you have to create a parallel system that eventually makes the old system obsolete. So I'll give you an example of this. One example of how this works is that a guy who became a friend, I used to sell my cheese in a market, and I never told him anything, but he came to me and he says, I'm vegetarian, but I'm not vegan because I have no cheese. And cheese is the problem. And so he started eating ours, and now he's a good friend of mine. He's vegan, and that was what was missing. So we didn't fight him. We gave him something else that complemented, and it was able to basically make the other one obsolete. Another one that is happening today, which is the biggest one, is plant-based milk, especially oat milk. So it's become very big, and it's replaced. So if you go into a cafe, the amount of oat milk that is asked for is maybe as much or more than regular dairy milk. And that's exactly that. So they've created another thing that's now more and more and more. And you'll see this more than anything. People take oat milk instead of dairy milk, and without fighting it, just slowly. And I'm sure the dairy milk has gone down a lot because of it.
Yeah. For your product, did you have any challenges, and how did you adopt a mindset to solve them?
So a lot of it was trial and error. Um, and yes, we had challenges. One of the biggest challenges, well, we started using a culture, like a kefir culture, and these cultures are very strong, and they would continue to ferment, and eventually we changed our culture. But also, packaging is a very difficult thing, to have packaging so that the food lasts because of shelf life. Because we live in a world of shops and fridges. It's not like in a market situation where people are buying for day to day. So shelf life is a big thing, and we could not control shelf life. So sometimes we had product that would mold in 2 weeks, and sometimes in 2 months, and sometimes in 6 months, and sometimes in years. We have product in our fridges that are a year old, and they are okay. Well, they look okay. We don't know really. We'd have to get them tested. But anyway, this was a big, big, big challenge for us, which we've asking people, checking different things. We talked to other fermentation people, and we looked at different options. We changed our packaging, which probably was the biggest thing.
What do you feel makes your product innovative? What do you find unique about it?
Well, probably the taste. So on the Irish market, we're unique. There is no other product like it. There actually just recently I see on the shelves one product that's same ingredients as ours, more or less, more or less. And I don't know what it tastes like, but I'm sure it's good. It's a different product. But I know that our product has, and I don't know if it's the water, the culture, and sometimes even the room, because when fermentation is very, very something that's hard to define, it works with nature, and so. But I have friends who are in Ireland and who are in Germany and other countries, and they say, Jacques, there is nothing like yours. There's other ones, and we have a lot of different choices. And they send me labels, but they say, Jacques, yours is not like any of theirs. And I don't know. And that I think makes it unique, just the taste alone.
Do you feel that your product has an impact? Do you measure that impact somehow?
I would say yes. And I measure it, I guess, in sales. So before we were there, it did not exist and was not eaten. So there might have been other products used, but never to the extent that they would use ours, because ours is very versatile. So it's not just like a spread, because people say it's a spread. Ours is a cream cheese, but it's actually for cooking. You can eat it. you could bake with it, you can make many, many things. And I think the biggest impact we're having is that people have something, people have something good that's vegan that they could eat. And that already has an impact, you know.
Yes, it does. What benefit does your product bring to the environment?
Well, uh, number one is no animal products. So already that's a big thing with by reducing by not having animal products. So this is a cream cheese that is not dairy. There's no animal torture. There's nothing happening to animals. Number one, there's no waste product from animal. There's no, you know, environmental impact is very little. I mean, there's always impact. Whatever we do is an impact, but the what we make being plant-based, and also our products are very healthy products. So we have a philosophy and we follow that, and our future products will be the same. Our philosophy is that they're vegan or 100% plant-based, that they're all organic, so we're certified organic, and that there is no artificial preservative. So no chemicals are in our thing. And when people look at our labels, they go, there's nothing in it. I said, no, it's just cashews and cultures and Mother Nature. She plays a big part.
That's lovely. Do you feel that there's ways to improve, or have you arrived at your perfect, like, final recipe?
Yeah, I was thinking of that question. I said, well, is there always way to improve? Maybe, but I don't think so. I think this recipe, and we don't change it, for this product is really good, and we try not to change it at all. We tweak it sometimes, but very little at all, and it's well received on the market, and we're being careful not to change it. We lose it. And what we're going to do next is we're studying, we're doing tests, and we're making new products. So this product will remain, and I think for the long term, and the only thing is we'll start adding new products to the market.
What advice would you give someone who's aspiring to become a plant-based entrepreneur like yourself, or other professionals who may think about moving towards that plant-based products?
Well, I would say visit other plant-based companies if you can. Well, something I didn't do. I learned a lot myself by trial and error, and it took years. And if you can go visit people or talk to people, like there's fairs now, there's vegan food fairs. There's a very big one in London this year in November, Plant-Based Expo World, I think. And if you go there, if you're interested in making things, go there, see what else is being made, and talk to them. And some will be helpful, some may not. But it would be that would one thing I would do for sure. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
Any plans for the future regarding your products and your company?
Yeah, so now we're all over the island of Ireland. We sell all over Ireland, and we're hoping that it may not be this year, but definitely the beginning of next year that we sell to the UK. That's our expansion, our next one. And if that works well, which we plan on it, it won't be easy, but then we will go to Europe after that. So we're kind of growing like that. But I think what we really need to do is to add to our products. So we need to add to make 2 or 3 more products. And people ask us. So this is also a big compliment. When people taste our cheese, they say, "What else do you make? Do you make a hard cheese?" And I said, "Not yet." So those are for the future. And we're actually in the process right now, very close to coming to is to make a pizza cheese. So we use our product on pizzas. It works very well. It's very tasty, but we want to make it easy to use, because we don't use it as it is. We add things to it. So we said, let's do that already, deliver it like that, and people can use it on their pizzas. So that's probably the next product going out.